Hello, everyone. I have a weird one today. I'm not gonna lie. If off the wall stuff is not for you, then move on. This is something I never thought that I would ever talk about, and yet here we are. Just the progression of my abilities and my ability to dream and remember my dreams. Lots of stuff happens. Um, I don't know what is that? Okay, interesting. So, anyways, I have an urgent message for everybody, and this involves what happens in our sleep. And I don't want to say this to scare anybody. I'm only saying this so that you can be aware, and then also I'm going to give you something to do to kind of like confirm that you're going to be okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine regardless. This is just another step in your evolution, not evolution, your sovereignty. So recently I had a dream, or a event happened in my dream where I was being I don't know if it's held down, but by two beings who now I believe were possibly Draco reptilians, which I don't really know much about at all, and I'm not like into that stuff even really, but like after some thought and after this happened, um, I'm like, this probably is this. And I want to say that when stuff happens, whether you see stuff or things happen in your dreams, I want to say it's never really scary at that time. It's not until we're experiencing and our awareness kicks in and we're like, oh, what was that? And then we start to become a little bit more afraid. So I don't want anyone to fear like, oh my God, this is something scary is going to happen. Like it's like fear anything, because anything supernatural actually it doesn't really have a lot of emotion attached. It's very neutral. It's matter of fact. So just take it or leave it. And we've kind of programmed ourselves to, if it looks scary, that it's scary. And that's not always the case. Like, for example, there's a lot of bugs that look scary and they're not necessarily like mean, or like these evil things. So just keep that in mind, and to have an open mind when we're labeling things as like good and bad. So if it looks scary or looks ugly, that doesn't mean something's bad. Anyways, so I didn't really see the faces of these two beings. They just were tall, like built and strong, and I feel like they had hoods on. So I couldn't really look. And the key thing is I wouldn't look, because they were standing over me and they were demanding that I give them my soul. Demanding over and over, give me your soul, surrender your soul. And I just laid there, and they said, if you look at us, that means you give us your soul. And I wouldn't look. And I just laid there. I don't know, maybe like a minute. It felt like it wasn't super long. And then they eventually moved on. I felt like maybe they kicked me. I'm not sure. But anyways, I just laid there, and they were just yelling and trying to bully me, and eventually they moved on and haven't been back. So what I want to say, and I'm not saying this is going to happen to any of you, but I just want to say too, as we're in this era of taking our power back, and then kind of we're slowly kind of, I don't know if it's the matrix, exiting like this power structure that we're in. And the only way to do that is to call back our power. And so to do that, say to yourself that I do not consent my soul. I don't. Whether you believe me or not, and if you think this is woo-woo, that's fine, because it is, I know. But just say to yourself, I do not consent my soul to anybody or anything. And see how that feels, because we might even be consenting our soul to things that we don't agree with. And just those simple words, we're calling back and we're kind of saying no longer I'm consenting to that or agreeing to that. Whether that be the work that you're doing, maybe it's the work that you're hurting people with, but being programmed like you're a good guy and someone else is a bad guy. I do not consent to that. I no longer consent to that. Whether that's some kind of like torture, animal testing, anything, like it could be anything, even the money. I mean, maybe it's pharmaceutical sales. I don't know, whatever it is. I don't consent any longer to that. Even just that alone is going to change your life. So we're calling back our soul, and our soul freedom is what we are after these days. So with that being said, I don't know if the reptilians are kind of on force now because they're losing people and they want to they've sent out the troops, if you will, to try to like get us back in, and kind of buy back into this power structure that was there, or I also feel like this could be in my bloodline, and it could be possibly yours too. Not saying it is, and I don't know for sure, but I do feel like possibly in my bloodline there is some type of reptilian DNA. Unfortunately, it's really, I hate that, but I could be also stepping away from that part of my family lineage too, which could piss them off. So either way, it's done. I've already signed off, and it is what it is. Our free will is what we have, and we can do that. So some things that I've kind of come up with to determine if maybe this is in your bloodline is, personally for me, these are some things that I've had in my life, and it could relate to you too. Night terrors as a child. I don't remember any of them, but I was told that I had them, and didn't remember when I came back to awake from my dream. I didn't remember that. So, or I was even doing that or screaming in my dream. So, little concerning, but I don't know. So, but yeah, that's just my experience. Also a kind of a like you're going against your family. Like if you are kind of breaking generational trauma or control and power that existed in your family, that could be a sign that you have like this DNA in you. And then also a like soul sucking manipulative energy. So if you have anyone in your family that like they just play games and like it's like to win over your soul. It's not because they're genuine and they genuinely want to be around you. It's like, I want to be around you because I don't have power over your soul anymore, or I'm trying to win back like your trust and your love, and gonna, so I can own it. It's all about power and control. It's like this snake energy, a lot of jealousy in their family. That's what I view this reptilian energy as, like this power. It's a control system, but then it's also like just what people have been used to. Like it's, if it's part of your DNA and part of what you're like, you've grown up with generation after generation, sometimes I think there's just not awareness there and it just gets reciprocated. But and anyways, I know not everyone's like that, so maybe they have some other kind of DNA in them. Maybe there's just less of it. I'm not really sure the details there, but those are just some ears twinging, which is strange. Those are just some of my thoughts about that. So, anyways, once again, take it or leave it. And I would love to hear if you've had like a dream like this or an experience like this. I have never heard anybody talk about this or have a dream like this. I was blown away that I even did. And it kind of scared me when I woke up a little bit. I didn't say anything for a while to anybody. I told my friend who I trust. Clearly, she's like, yeah, like she doesn't freak out about any of this stuff. So, and I just like recently had validation about some more of this Draco energy coming alive. So I don't know if the powers that be are doing something. Could be, wouldn't put it past them. But just know that you have power, more power than you realize, and collectively we have each other. We have our support of each other. If you are feeling like you're losing it, reach out to a friend who you feel you can talk to, get support, a spiritual community, to just have that support when you don't have the strength yourself. Go to a yoga class, something for you to like calm your nervous system. It's important to get grounded when you are feeling a little bit lost or confused, and just know that it will pass. A lot of these times our minds are scrambled because the energy is, the veil might be thinning for you. We're changing. Our DNA is changing, being activated. All this stuff happens, and sometimes we don't know how to deal with it. So what I'm asking is that you find support, and just know that you're not losing it. You will find your way back, and I wish you lots of blessings and strength and courage and trust during this time.